Let me just take you to the last point, namely the jewel of the church. And for this jewel, I go around the city looking for jewels, and fortunately I'm very happy. I'm never disappointed because each jewel shines in a separate way, a different way. Some jewels shine through the sides, some jewels shine through the center. Perhaps this is at the, I won't say periphery, because this jewel comes from Jayanagara, the parish of Jayanagara. It's called Christha Prabhalaya Church, and that is going to be our jewel that will I explain to you. And so this jewel begins its story in 1944, we can say. Of course, not exactly 1944. In the 1944, the Bangalore city had a big improvement board called Bangalore City Improvement Trust Board, CITB. And this board was something like our BDA, or even perhaps the BBMP, and much more than that, the Greater Bangalore that they call it. It was of that time, 80, 90 years ago. And so they decided that the Bangalore is extending or will extend in the future, and therefore they identified certain pockets on the peripheries, that time peripheries, but now they are center of the city. And one of these peripheries was the present Jayanagara. But you know what is called earlier? It was called what we call the hunting village or the hunting station of the city of Bangalore. The Christians of this area, especially what we call the few Christian families, and they were living in huts in Lal Bagh tank site. But the government wanted to improve that site, so sort of uprooted these people and told them to go far away, and they were allowed to go and stay close by, rather far away, in this particular part of the city of Jayanagara called the hunting station or the hunting site. Can you imagine that our people were considered something of a hunting tribe that time, 80, 90 years ago? They were poor people living in huts. And the parish, till 1949, these are people of Jayanagara who were in Tank Band side, the Lal Bagh side, used to attend Mass at St. Joseph's Church, Chamarajpet, that was started in 1949. And in 1956, they moved to another church that was established in the vicinity, that's St. Teresa's Church, Kabanpet. And therefore, CITD authorities took over the land around Lal Bagh, and the displaced families provided them a hunting colony or hunting village near Jayanagara East. So there begins the story of the Christha Prabhalaya Church. The place, of course, is called now Tilak Nagar, but then we know that in the past that this particular place was called the hunting station or the hunting colony. The two priests that are supposed to have taken a lot of interest in this, one is Father Castellino, then the parish priest of St. Teresa's Church, and he tirelessly put his efforts to get grant of two small sites of the CITB to start St. Anthony's Primary School in 1957. Most Reverend Thomas Pathakumari, then Archbishop of Bangalore, blessed it in 1957. The people of the hunting colony had to go all the way to St. Teresa's Church there, as no masses were offered in this place, once in a way only, and Father Castellino could afford only one mass a month, and that also in the area celebrated in St. Anthony's School of Tilak Nagar. The other priest who took a lot of interest and perhaps realized was Father David of St. Anthony's Friary, and he was a stalwart. The monthly mass, he gave more masses for the people. He started weekly mass, and slowly it began as a daily mass. And the present church site was allotted in 1966. Father Castellino and Father David invested the effort and began the construction work of this new church in 1967. Father Castellino sadly died in 1969, but the church continued, and it was dedicated to the mystery of Epiphany, Christ proclaimed to the whole world. To that small shed, as it were, the crib of Bethlehem, gives shining light to all over the world. And so the Epiphany of our Lord Jesus Christ was the name that was given for this church. And in our own language, we call it Christha Prabhalaya. It was blessed on 2nd March 1969 by Archbishop, Most Reverend Dr. Lud Swami. As you know, that is the time also the Vatican Council was going on, and Archbishop Lud Swami had to go quite frequently to Rome, but one of those places when he was there, he blessed this church. In April 1944, the church completed 25 years and celebrated its silver jubilee. On 25th August 1996, the new church construction was started. It was blessed and inaugurated by Archbishop Alphonsus Matthias after 25 years of its birth and on the silver jubilee day, as it were. By late 1990s, the Christha Prabhalaya was experiencing rapid growth with new families joining the parish at Jayanagara, and surroundings developed into a vibrant resident area. The parish population increased, the children increased, and slowly our sisters also began their school and educational efforts, and the youth programs, the service of the families and children. And the parish also implemented new pastoral programs, catechism classes, outreach activities, etc. Not only the church-related activities, but also social activities like, for example, enhancements to the church, the slow sliding ramp, as it were, for the elderly to come to the church, and then the parish hall, the parish gatherings, meetings, etc. Along with that, also social activities for the underprivileged, food drives, donations, financial aid for the families, and scholarships and mentoring of students, underprivileged children. And during the COVID-19, you should remember that this church did a lot. It collected a lot of funds and also distributed for many people, not only the Catholics, but all the non-Catholics close to the church were also helped during the COVID-19 times by help and support. And in 2019, once again, the church celebrated what we call the 50th year, the Golden Jubilee. I was there to see the great joy of the people, and at the same time, their longing and sense of belonging to the parish. The present parish priest is Father Naveen Kumar. As you know, he did very well as the director of social work in our Archdiocese, and then he was appointed the parish priest. He's doing well. He's taking all the people into confidence, into repairing, renovation the church, the Blessed Sacrament Chapel, the grotto, so many other things that he's doing. The other priests who have been here also perhaps should be remembered. As far as I know, Father Antappa did a great job there, and also Father Jofra also did a lot of job there, and maybe the other priests that are there did. And I wish Father Naveen and all the parishioners and all the people are very happy, what we call the shining of the jewel in this Archdiocese. May God bless you all.